When you become conscious of being, what's really happening is that being becomes conscious of itself. When being becomes conscious of itself, that's presence. Since being, consciousness and life are synonymous, we could say that presence means consciousness becoming conscious of itself, or life attaining self-consciousness. But don't get attached to the words, and don't make an effort to understand all of this. There is nothing that you need to understand before you become present. Hi, I'm Jess, and today I'm going to be talking about something that means quite a lot to me, and I didn't actually realise this until about last year. I wanted to talk about my experiences with maybe what I suppose you would call alternative methods of well-being. Let's go with that. We'll go from when it first started for me. When I was growing up, my parents were really, really amazing. They taught me that your mental health was way more important than anything else. There was times in school especially where I would feel so overwhelmed by everything, and that was because I was taking on way too much in my head. I was taking on way too much with the relationships that I had in school, like with friends. I just used to get so overwhelmed and so stressed over the tiniest of things. And my mum and dad were the first people to say, Jess, it's time to take a step back and it's time to kind of calm down and look in yourself. There were a few people that I really, really connected with in school. And one of them is someone that I'm still really close friends with now. And he really, really influenced my journey. He showed me how important it was to be okay with yourself. And I think that's something that I would always remember. I used to go around his house with and talk to his mum. She taught me a lot and she didn't even mean to. I wanted to talk to her more closely. So this is Talia, his mum.
And plant your seeds of love so they can grow.
My name's Talia, or I actually have a spiritual name, which is Carter Das Kerr, which was given to me. And I am a sound healer, a master Reiki practitioner and teacher, and an intuitive healer. So the first point of call with looking into spirituality was when my son got diagnosed with ADHD, and somebody introduced me to the concept of a thing called indigo children. So further down the line, I was introduced to a substance called dimethyltryptamine, or DMT, which is also referred to as the spirit molecule. I did it, and I had a very peculiar experience. I didn't know what had happened, where I'd been, but I just knew that where that was, I wanted to know more about it. And it is secreted at the moment of birth, the moment of death, near-death experiences, and when you're in a deep, deep sleep. It made me start thinking, wow, if this is secreted from when you're coming into your life or out of your life, where is it taking you, kind of thing. That sort of started opening me up to really wanting to know a lot more, and that was when I started doing more research. The more I was open to this, the more I started receiving signs and signals from the universe, and then the more I started to follow the signs and the signals from the universe, I then found myself on a Kundalini training course, a Gong healing course, a Reiki course, and I started finding myself because I was following the sign. So the spiritual practices that I personally am drawn to as my own spiritual practice is Kundalini yoga, in particular mantras, doing chanting mantras, and my preference to treating and helping other people. I would say my favourite would be the sound healing.
It was almost like a switch went off and I was ready to listen to what people had to say. To keep this level of consciousness, I do a few little things that help me out. Meditation, journaling, and probably listening to what people have to say. I started consistently meditating about half a year ago. Meditation really helps me clear my mind It really helps me focus on what I'm doing at the present moment, and it really helps me become aware of not only me, but the people that are around me. When I'm at home and I can really focus on me and myself when I'm meditating, that's really when I become present.